Hi everyone and welcome to the Mystery Mingle. Today is the April new releases Fast 5, which is basically 5 books chosen at random that are coming out in April that I think are worth checking out, or I just thought the covers were adorably cute. So I have put them in order for you this month. Usually I just say them at random, but I put them in order of release date from earliest to latest in case you are wondering when they come out so you know when to go look for them. 2 quick announcements before we start. The first one is I have left Instagram, which some of you might be like, I didn't even know you were on Instagram, and that's kind of part of the problem. And also Instagram really just drains my energy, like creating content for it, making posts, looking up hashtags, and I just could be using that time for something better, like writing my own book, writing blogs for the website, or I could be making more YouTube videos or video podcasts, or really basically anything else I find more enjoyable than creating content for Instagram. So that is number one. The second thing is I have migrated my website from WordPress over to Squarespace, which was just because it kept going down and getting hacked into. And I think Squarespace, we'll see, fingers crossed, is more secure. And also I made it more like user friendly. So everything I had in all these different URLs and websites like Cozy Club Getaway, the Mermance Writers Critique Camp, like tons of other things. I don't know why. I created like a URL every time I thought of a new idea or a new product or, something I wanted to share. So all of that is now being consolidated under lisaseifert.com. So there are 2 blogs in there. There's one for readers, which has everything that I'm guessing you love, which are all the new releases coming out, all of the video podcast interviews, especially if you are someone who likes to read instead of watch or listen, that could be helpful. And the second blog that's on there is all writer related stuff. So all the cozy plotting discussions that we've had, the Write With Me sessions, the author tech tips, and as well as all of the templates I've created. So all of that is in the author blog versus the reader blog. And obviously, I hope you visit both. But again, all of that is on lisaseifert.com, and I will leave links to everything below. So let's get into today's list, the April Fast 5. So book number 1 is coming out April 2nd, and I'm so excited about this. You don't even know. It combines my 2 favorite things, which is cozy mysteries and space. Like, I love Star Trek, I like Star Wars, I like the Orville, I like the Mandalorian. What else do I love? Galaxy, Gardens of the Galaxy, like all of that stuff is my favorite. So this is a space cozy, and it's called The Case of the Cosmic Corpse by Sara Bourgeois, and it is book 1 in the Queer-Valise Space Barista Mystery. So our heroine, as you probably guessed, is named Queer-Valise, and she is a barista on board a spaceship called the Neptune. Now, on said spaceship, she's taking out the garbage and she discovers a dead body who is named Nyx, and that is her ex-friend. I know, I had to read that first. I was like, is that a typo, an ex-friend? The reason it's her ex-friend is because her ex-friend stole her boyfriend and they are now together and I guess on the same ship with her. So I don't know if this was recent, but either way, she is now a prime suspect. And this is a problem, aside from just being a prime suspect, but she has her cute, adorable cat, Roswell, as a stowaway on the ship with her. So obviously this will be an even bigger issue. And the sheriff, is it sheriff or police officer or space officer? I don't know. His name is Diane. So she's done an excellent job with space names and the description. I am totally psyched for this book. So that is what I will be doing all day tomorrow when that book comes out. So that, and if you're looking for other space cozies too, my other favorite recommendation is from Diane Vallere. She has a series called the Sky Crimes and Misdemeanors, and there are 5 books in that series, and they're all amazing, and I absolutely love them. Book number 2 is Murder in a Tourist Town by Lynn Cahoon, and this is a prequel to the Tourist Trap Mysteries. There are 15 books in there, and if you're not familiar with them, it's basically about a woman, Jill, and she has moved to this coastal town in California, and she owns her own bookstore / coffee shop and solves mysteries there in that town and in that bookstore. So this is before that, where we see her as a lawyer. She's taking a vacation. She's kind of fed up with her career, and she's decided to go to said town, this coastal California town where the series ends up taking place. And she, of course, stumbles upon a dead body, and I guess she saw them arguing on the beach, and so she obviously interjects herself into the investigation, and that kind of segues into her moving into this coastal town. The third book is a historical cozy mystery that comes out April 8th, and it is A Body at the Dance Hall by Marty Wingate, and this is book number 3 in the London Ladies Murder Club. Now, this is set in the 1920s, and before you get too excited, like I always do when I hear that time period, I'm like, oh, it's the roaring 20s, there are flappers, there's prohibition. Well, this is London, so there was no prohibition, but we do have an American, and her name is Roxy, and she is under the care of Mabel, who is the self-declared leader of the London Ladies Murder Club, and it is her job to chaperone Roxy as she, I guess, is out and about on town. And the first night she wants to go to a dance hall, which sounds, I guess, pretty fun in 1922. And of course, she ends up disappearing from Mabel's view. And during said time, she comes back covered in blood because she's the last person to see a victim alive. And somehow, and they don't really explain this because there is no DNA back in the 1920s, but somehow she is the prime suspect, or someone in her family, it's determined, has murdered the victim. So it's up to Mabel to save this person because obviously she's under her care, and that's what she does, because I don't know what else women in a club called the Ladies Murder Club would actually do. The fourth book is 4-Alarm Homicide by Diane Kelly, and that comes out on April 23rd. And this is about a cousin team who likes to flip houses. This is book 6 in the House Flipper Mysteries. So we have Carpenter and Buck, and they do fixer-uppers, and their latest fixer-upper project is a historical building that has gone for sale. It is the firehouse, and that's why you have this cute, adorable little kitty in a fire helmet looking up at a fire truck. And yes, I thought to get a little cute picture of Lucky with a fire hat on, but one, they don't make them that size, and two, he was not at all keen about having a hat on his head. So this book is set in, all of these books are set in Nashville, Tennessee, and I know what you're thinking. I can't wait to see what they discover in this historical firehouse that could be a mystery, but the firehouse actually has nothing to do with this mystery. I'm not even sure why they called it that, but while they are fixing up the firehouse, Whitney and Buck run into Joanna, who comes to the firehouse to complain because she lives in a townhouse around the corner, and I guess it's like a two-person townhouse, like there's a house on the left and a house on the right. So Jill's house is amazing and fabulous, and so she wants to buy the house next to it, which I guess was inherited by 7 siblings, but they're all fighting, no one's doing anything, so she's trying to ask them for help, but then she just dies. So they're thinking that maybe she was poisoned or something happened, and that's the mystery here, which should have been, I feel like this book should have just been called The Townhouse Mystery. This book is Patchwork Quilt Murder by Leslie Meier, and this is book 30 in the Lucy Stone Mysteries. And in this one, in Tinker's Cove, Maine, there is a new community center that is opened up in town, and the new community center director, Darlene, is also new to the town, but nobody really trusts her, and they think she's kind of skeevy, especially when 2 of the employees end up going missing and body parts end up showing up. I know, it sounded like, I was like, is this like a serial killer thriller? But the body parts keep showing up as the people disappear, so I guess we assume that they're body parts from the missing people. So it is up to Lucy to dig into this case and figure out what's going on. And she also finds that Darlene's family ancestry history, and I don't know if this is from like looking at her online DNA profile, but supposedly Darlene is loaded because she's connected to lots of wealthy ancestor heirlooms, which include a 300-year-old quilt, which I don't know. I guess it was protected from mothballs. I don't know how a quilt from 300 years would still survive, but it does. And that book comes out April 23rd. And as a bonus, I just wanted to mention this book because I totally missed it for March. It came out March 26th. It is Coconut Crunch Murder by Laura Pauling. It is book 6 in the Baron and Greystone mysteries. Now, Baron and Greystone those aren't titles or buildings, or there's the last names of the two main characters. So this book is written like a romance. So we have the POV of Belle Baron and then the POV of Lucas Greystone, and they go back and forth just like a romance. Belle has inherited this huge Victorian mansion from her aunt, and now she is in this small town of Everly, where obviously Lucas is there as well. So in this book, they are actually at a lake house. They were invited for a party. She brings all of her friends, and then obviously something bad happens. There's a thunderstorm, the power goes out, and there's a dead body. So it's up to them to figure out what happened. The best part is the covers are so cute. And I know they're kind of like the Agatha Frost covers with like that mug, but these are cuter because there's like little pictures on the actual mugs. All right, so that's a wrap. I had 2 announcements. I left Instagram. I expanded the blog on lisaseifert.com. I finally put the Fast 5 in order of release dates, and I added a bonus 6 book that I forgot to mention for March. And I will see you back here later this week for more video podcast interviews with authors on new releases. I am taking next week off because I'm hosting the Cozy Club Getaway here in San Diego. But after that, I will be back with more video interviews. All right, I hope everyone's having a great, fabulous start to their April, and I will see you later. Bye.